Hello students, till now we have studied shear force and bending moment diagrams. In that we have studied calculation of support reactions Ra and Rb, calculation of shear force distribution for different types of beam like simply supported beam, cantilever beam and overhang beam. Then again bending moment calculation and bending moment diagram. With that, point of contraflexure, that is highest bending moment or maximum bending moment. Now we are going to study shear stresses and bending stresses. This is part 2 of this chapter. Let us start with concept of pure bending. Consider this simply supported beam AB, which is subjected to 2 point loads W, each having intensity W, Newton or kilonewton, at C and D, which is at a distance of A unit from A and B. Then the shear force and bending moment diagrams will be like this, because this is shear force diagram, this is intensity W, a straight line, horizontal straight line, W minus W is 0, then horizontal straight line, 0 minus W is minus W, again horizontal straight line, minus W plus W is 0, because these two will be W and W units, Ra and Rb. So this will be like this, shear force diagram will be like as shown in figure. From this diagram, it is very clear that there is no shear force between point C and D. See, there is a zero shear force between point C and D. And see the bending moment diagram, it is W into A, horizontal straight line, W into A. That means there is a constant bending moment between C and D. That means in this case the portion CD of the beam between the two downward point is subjected to pure bending or simple bending. That means up to these point loads, between these point loads, there is a simple bending or pure bending. This is the concept of pure bending. That means when the beam is subjected to pure bending, it bends or deflects into an arc of a circle. That means like this. See. And when, take this point, when I am going to compress this, then this region there is a compression. See, there is a compression and this will lead to tension. So the inner zone is compression zone and outer is tension zone. Similarly, this is when there is a hogging, then the inner one is compression zone and outer one is tension zone. From this, there is a flexural formula or equation of bending, which is nothing but M upon I is equal to sigma upon Y is equal to E upon R. This is equation of bending. This is very important equation and no derivation is expected in your syllabus. Let us see what are the terminology of this equation of bending. M is maximum bending moment, I is moment of inertia about its neutral axis, sigma is bending stress in a layer at a distance y from neutral axis, E is Young's modulus, R is radius of curvature of bent of a beam, and Y, which is not written here, it is the distance of extreme fiber from neutral axis. Here there are two stresses, sigma C is inner layer and sigma t in outer layer, similarly sigma c and sigma t. So these two can be calculated. You can use any of part of this three-part formula. M upon I is equal to sigma upon y, or M upon I is equal to E upon R, or sigma upon y is equal to E upon R. Generally, the first half is used, that is M upon I is equal to sigma upon y. Then how to calculate this sigma c and sigma t? So here you can write down sigma c and yc to calculate sigma c, and in case of tensile you can write down sigma t and yt. Simply there you may calculate, if this is neutral axis, then you may have radius up to this one for compression zone, and radius may be up to outer zone for tension zone. So this is nothing but we can calculate sigma c and sigma t. Now let us study bending stress distribution diagram for symmetrical section. Section like square, rectangle, circle, I section, C section, which are symmetrical, will have stress distribution diagram like this. This is neutral axis, this is point of extreme fiber in compression and in tension, these are the point, and so this is y in compression, this is y in tension. For symmetrical section, yc is equal to yt, and hence sigma c is equal to sigma t. You may draw number of symmetrical section like this. These are few examples of symmetrical section. You may draw this. Pause your video and draw this square, rectangle, circle, I section, channel section, and this is nothing but bending stress diagram. Take all these. These are all symmetrical sections, and this is nothing but bending stress diagram. So note in this case that for symmetrical section yc is equal to yt. Only the thing is that sigma c is equal to sigma t. Only the thing is that there is one type of compression at inner section, and at outer section there is a tension. This is bending stress distribution for unsymmetrical section like T section, unsymmetrical I section, angle section, inverted angle, inverted T. This is a bending stress distribution diagram. Yc is not equal to Yt in that case. And what is Y bar? Y bar is A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 plus A3 Y3 divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3. So our flexural formula becomes M upon I is equal to sigma upon Y, where M is maximum bending moment, I is moment of inertia, sigma is equal to stress, bending stress, and Y is distance of extreme fiber from neutral axis. So that becomes M is equal to sigma into I upon Y, or sigma is M is equal to sigma into Z, where Z is section modulus, that is equal to I upon Y. You can have different value of Z section modulus depending upon the section used, cross section of the beam used. We can have standard value and standard formulae for all these values of section modulus. For rectangle, consider a rectangle. Zxx is equal to Ixx upon Y max, BD cube upon 12 divided by D by 2, so it is BD square by 6. Zyy is DB square by 6. circular section, both Ix6, Iyy are same, pi by 64 d raised to 4. So Zx6 is equal to Zyy, I upon y max is equal to, so Z is equal to pi by 32 d cube. For hollow circular section, y max is equal to d upon 2, that is radius, I is equal to Ix6 and which is equal to Iyy, which is pi by 64 capital D raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4. So Zx6 is equal to Zyy, which is I upon y max. Y max is radius, and therefore Zx6 is equal to Zyy is nothing but pi by 32 d raised to 4 minus d raised to 4 upon capital D. So these are some standard values. You can write down, you can by heart it and then solve the examples.